So this video is a follow-up to my other video called Fun with the Other Side, where I mentioned that the other side was replacing my personal products that I use with non-toxic stuff that they approve of. If the other side had it their way, I would take a bath in bottled water every night. That's how much they hate toxins. But everything is a negotiation, and I have to like it. So number one, the other side has to work around my nose. I have a sensitive sniffer and I can smell your hand lotion from across the street. So they know that. They know that I have heightened senses because I'm sensitive. So they have to work around my sniffer. I have to like how something smells. I have to like the texture of the skincare products. I have to like how they feel. So obviously everything is a negotiation. So they guided me to products that they knew and hoped I would like, basically, for different reasons. So this isn't about bagging on any brands. This is more about promoting these respective brands that I was guided to. I'm not a naturopath, so I'm sure there's going to be some naturopaths watching this video and just shaking their head, rolling their eyes at me and laughing, because I am required to be both a leader and a follower. I am required to take the information that I get from the other side as a follower to them, who they like to call me the divine obedient, and then relay that information to you guys and try to be some sort of confident leader. So I'm both. I'm a leader and a follower. So because of that, my job requires a great deal of blind faith. The other side guides me to stuff and doesn't explain why. As a matter of fact, their favorite thing to do is to tell me why like a year later, after everything's said and done. Yeah, see, they're laughing. See, yeah. See, they're laughing. They know they do that. So I am constantly tested for blind faith. So you're going to see me try to explain why I was guided to these things, and I'm not going to be able to. So that's why I think some of the naturopaths might laugh. So feel free to comment on this video. You know, if you are knowledgeable in this subject, I'm not. I'm just getting my feet wet. So if you know the reason behind some stuff, that's great. But a lot of times things are catered to me and I don't find out the reason until later, because it's like my personal situation, circumstance, health, whatever. Another thing that I want you guys to be aware of is they weren't really excited about me sharing the vitamin supplements that I used with you guys, because it's tailored to my body and everybody's body responds differently to stuff. Like, you'll hear people talk about products and be like, it was the greatest thing in the world. And then somebody else tries it and they're like, my body feels like it's gonna explode. This thing sucks. So everyone's body is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get. So just be conscious of that and aware that this is what they kind of suggested for me. But of course there's like, you know, reasons for everything. And they're, I mean, you know, like take vitamin C, for example, of course, you know, that boosts the immune system. So of course there's general rules for everybody's body. It's not like, you know, you have a mortal body and I'm like an extraterrestrial or something, right? We have the same organs. We have the same organs. But that said, I just want you guys to be aware that everybody's body responds differently. So we're going to start with my bottled water. I'm not getting commission on any of this, by the way. These companies have no idea who I am. They probably don't care at this point. Fiji water. Now, they had me replace my old water with this one, and when I started drinking this, the other side, I saw these angels high-fiving each other. Why? Why were they high-fiving each other? Because they finally got me to drink 8 glasses of water a day. Why? Because the bottle looks pretty. I love Hawaii, so they knew the flower on the front and the blue bottle would do it for me, and it does. The bottle's pretty, and it makes me want to drink water. So, and it tastes good too. So, I was guided to this because they knew I would drink it. And drinking 8 glasses of water all day is kind of hard. So, I've been doing it though. I've been doing it ever since I started drinking Fiji. Now, another thing is, what else were they guiding me to? Like, I just want to make sure that I'm covering like what I'm supposed to cover. Okay, I just want to cover this because I'm an intuitive. For all you fellow intuitives watching Amethyst, the bigger the amethyst, the better. If you're doing readings or if you just want to be intuitive in your house, I suggest as many of these as possible, or get a gigantic amethyst geode and cover an entire wall of your living room with it. I studied under Lisa Williams mediumship, and when I went to her school, the Lisa Williams International School of Spiritual Development, she had this huge amethyst, and every time we stood next to it, it was just like, we were just channeling like crazy. So this is a good thing to have around, just to let you know. Get yourself some amethyst. It opens up the third eye. That's what I'm trying to say. It opens up the third eye. It stimulates intuition. It's also a nice protective stone. All right, lotion. Honest Company. This is Jessica Alba. This is cute, non-toxic, smells good, dries fast. They have me use it on my hands and my legs. Same company, they guided me to Honest Hand Soap. Again, smells good. I like it. Yeah, makes me happy. Other side approved. Deodorant. They guided me to this. I like it. It smells like soap. It says tea tree oil, which is one of the things that the other side is obsessed with. This doesn't smell like tea tree oil. It actually smells like soap. So I like it. It works and it smells good. I smell like a girl. Still, I wasn't happy about giving up that aluminum, by the way. I wasn't happy about that at all. I had to get used to that one. Okay. Suntan lotion. Alba Botanica. They like this company too. All natural ingredients, or as natural as you can get. Now, like I said, you can be as, strict as you want to be. Like I said, I could take a bath in bottled water every night. I'm just saying, if for some of your naturopaths out there, you're like, I could do better than that. I'm just saying, this is what I was guided to. Christine Pavlina, was guided to this stuff. So this is, Soothing Sunscreen Pure Lavender, number 45. They like that for sunscreen. And then same company, Alba Botanica. They guided me to the shampoo and the conditioner. Again, the Hawaiian Concept. They know I like Hawaii. They know that I would like the pretty bottles. I love the way this smells, and it deep conditions my hair. I love it. All this stuff is available at Whole Foods, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I think you can get all this stuff at Whole Foods. Yeah, you can. But anyway, this is awesome. I love it. I'm really, really happy with how much this moisturizes my hair because it tends to be dry. And then this is the toothpaste that I settled on. I tried a few different Tom's brands. I like this flavor the most. Fresh Mint Natural Fluoride Toothpaste. The other side is not having me walk away from fluoride yet. They didn't squawk. I don't know what to say. They didn't squawk, so I have heard rumors that fluoride isn't good for you, but they're okay with it right now. And then mouthwash, tea tree oil yet again, which is what they're obsessed with. Tea tree oil mouthwash. I like this. It's gentle. I like the way it tastes. It works. Good for the gums. Non-toxic. They also like Desert Essence. They like the Desert Essence company. So like I said, they're obsessed with tea tree oil. So they guided me to straight up tea tree oil. And then they also guided me to natural tea tree oil facial cleansing pads by the same company. So they do like Desert Essence. And like I said, this is all at Whole Foods. And then, what else? Okay, that's going to be a separate. Okay, they're also obsessed with witch hazel. I used to use rubbing alcohol. They pulled me away from that and towards witch hazel. This is mixed with aloe vera, and it's by a company called Thayer's. This is rose petal flavored. They know that I like the smell of roses, so they were also trying to play off of that. When I talked to them about perfume, they said, how about some nice rose water? What did we negotiate on? Origins Ginger Perfume. This is pretty natural. I don't know, it's ginger. If you want to smell like Coca-Cola, buy this from Origins. I like it. And then along the same lines as the rose petals, they also guided me to 1,000 Roses Heavenly Night Cream by Andalou. Andalou is another company that they like. They guided me to the Heavenly Night Cream, 1,000 Roses, and the Night Repair Cream, Age Defying. The other side understands that I'm old and saggy, and they're trying to make me look more moisturized. So I got day cream, night cream, in between cream. So that's Andalou. And then another company they like is DermaE, also at Whole Foods. Age Defying Night Cream, that's another one. Purifying 2-in-1 Charcoal Mask, also same company, DermaE. And then Vitamin E Intense Moisture Hand Cream. Be like all slimy when all this stuff is done, by DermaE. And then DermaE Vitamin E Cream. There's some more cream. So I get like a choice of what creams I want to use every night. And then DermaE Anti-Wrinkle Eye Cream. So that's like to keep my eyes from getting old and saggy and wrinkled. So, okay, so that's DermaE. So I like that company too. And last but not least, in the skincare department, they really like the 365 degree glycerin soap. It's only $1.99 at Whole Foods. Nice and cheap, but good for you. Another thing is they're really big on cruelty-free products. So the companies that, you know, are cruelty-free with regards to animals, the other side feels passionate about those as well. Now, in the supplement department, they do have a favorite company that took me a while to realize. They're obsessed with a company called Life Seasons, and Life Seasons puts together herbal remedies for things like cognitive support, supporting your brain, immunity, obviously immune functioning, beauty for hair, skin, and nails, you know, collagen, biotin, that kind of thing. And then eye health for visibility, because I just got LASIK. So these are only 4 of their products, but they have all sorts of stuff like digestibility and thyroid tea. I don't know, they all end with T. What was the other one? Liver functioning, cholesterol functioning, heart, respiratory, like breathe right, allergy, yeah, like a diabetic version. So they have a lot of different versions and a lot of different products, but I'm only using 4. But the other side, if you can find all these at Whole Foods, but the other side is obsessed with Life Seasons. So they really do like that company and they trust them. So I don't want you guys to feel like you're taking just a ton of pills either. I want you to feel like you're eating food, because sometimes this can get kind of overwhelming. If you're taking these, you're like, oh, this is too much. You know, this isn't good for me to take all this stuff. It's food. Like, these are herbal kind of things, herbal remedies. So it's more like food. So you might just want to change your perspective on that. And then, since I'm an intuitive, for some reason, they like me taking chlorella and spirulina. This is like a good source of chlorophyll or something like that. I don't know. It's good for intuitives. From the ocean or something. I don't know. You got me spirulina and chlorella. Whatever. My organic spirulina is actually from Trader Joe's. Now, when I was at Trader Joe's, they guided me to turmeric. A lot of times, you know, if you're kind of worried because you're still developing your intuition, if you're worried about being guided to stuff, just try to relax and flow like water. Because I was at Trader Joe's at 9 o'clock on a Sunday morning when it was pretty empty and just kind of strolling around with my little basket when I stumbled across a person restocking the vitamin shelf. And I noticed the area that he was stocking was completely empty. And I said, what was there? And he said, turmeric. And I said, what's that for? And he said, it's a natural anti-inflammatory. I said, oh, pretty popular product, huh? And he said, yeah. I said, can I have a bottle? And he said, sure. And so he busted it out and gave it to me. And so that's how I feel like I was guided to turmeric as a natural anti-inflammatory. Just chilling, you know, just at Trader Joe's chilling. So that's where I want you guys to be conscious and aware of what's going on around you if you're just relaxed and open and just kind of strolling, because that's often how the other side will guide you. Okay, another thing they like is omega-3 fish oil. This is really good, again, for somebody with like me who just got LASIK. This is good for the eyeballs and stuff. But it's just a natural source of vitamin D, antioxidants, yeah, omega-3s, that kind of thing. So they do like fish oil. As I previously mentioned, they like vitamin C. It boosts immune functioning, and it's a natural anti-inflammatory. So they're really big on taking vitamin C just for overall immunity health. And then, of course, they have me taking my Every Woman's, you know, 1-a-day multivitamin. Again, these are all like from Whole Foods. And then this is a company called New Chapter, which they like. They like New Chapter for more natural stuff. And my vitamin C is from a company called Garden of Life. I actually met a representative from Garden of Life when I was at Whole Foods. She was walking around, and she was really cool and really knowledgeable. But the people who work in the vitamin section at Whole Foods are like scientists to me, because I've taken so many trips to Whole Foods that I feel like I've really gotten to know them, and they just impress the hell out of me. it was literally, I mean, I literally walked away from them like, why aren't you a scientist in a lab somewhere? And then one of the people I was talking to about toothpaste used to be a dental assistant. So I was like, how decadent is that I'm at Whole Foods talking to an ex-dental assistant about toothpaste? So it totally sounds like I'm getting commission off of all these, you know, plugs, but it's true. I'm just being honest with you guys and what my experience was and my reaction to them and how I felt, because I am divinely guided to this stuff, and they're going to continue divinely guiding me to things. Like, they haven't switched out my laundry detergent yet, or my makeup, and God knows what else they have in store for me. But right here, right now, as of today, these are the things that they've guided me to. So I feel better. I would have to say the most impressive difference I have is, like, my allergies are gone. I wake up every morning just being totally awake. I don't have that groggy, congested anymore. I'm just like awake and alert, and I have more energy throughout the day. You know, my blood sugar is totally even. Like, if I still have hypoglycemia, I'm totally asymptomatic because I feel fine. So everything's great. And so that's where I implore you to trust, you know, like, okay, other side, I'm at the store. What are you going to guide me to? What's going to stand out? What is this salesperson going to say to me? You know, because a lot of times the other side will talk to you through salespeople, through other people. Another thing I like to do is ask what products are most popular. Like, what's most popular? Because, you know, I'm kind of new to this whole naturopath thing. So just finding out what other people's favorite brands are and preferences, you know, really helps. Because, like I said, you never know what the reasoning is behind it. The other side wants me to drink 8 glasses of water a day. And if it means giving me something pretty to drink, they will, because they know it'll make a difference on a daily basis. So they even said, you know, Christine is a work in progress, but, you know, we're concerned about the products she uses every day. So that's the most important to them right now, and that's their primary focus. So yeah, I mean, they're not excited about us ingesting toxins. They really aren't. You know, obviously drugs and alcohol or whatever are also toxins. So just in cleansing our bodies, you know, another thing is Life Seasons has a product called Digestibility, and that's all about digestive health. And so that's really what it is, you guys, is eliminating waste from the body. You need to be going to the bathroom and eliminating waste. That's very important. So drinking that water and eating healthy food and exercising and going to the restroom, that's all flushing things out of your system to keep it clean and pure. And so when you do that, mind, body, spirit connection, kids, right? Your body's a temple. So when you do that, you are improving your intuition, right? Because you're improving your connection to your higher self, which is the part of your soul that lives on the other side. So if you can strengthen that connection, you strengthen your intuition, and that's ultimately what you want. Because, you know, forget this video, forget, you know, the subject in this video. What about all your other decisions? What about all your other life decisions? What are you being divinely guided to do in those circumstances? You need to know. So having a nice, clean body is going to help you know, right? And then take an intuitive development class, either in person or online, right? Combined with those, you're going to be a force to be reckoned with. You're going to be a nice intuitive powerhouse. So yeah, and then also don't be afraid to learn Reiki. If you feel compelled to take Reiki, at least take level 1, which is considered hands-on self. It's energy healing, you know, or maybe you sprain your wrist and you place your hand on your wrist and send love and light to your wrist, so that, you know, the divine can heal it for you by channeling love and light energy through your body. So as an intuitive counselor, I channel divine guidance and information all day. And then as a Reiki healer, you change what you channel to divine love and healing energy towards that body part, emotionally towards a broken heart, you know, if the person just broke up with somebody or whatever. So we're channels, because we're all connected to the divine via our higher self, our inner angel. So what I just described is just, you know, one of the areas of your life to where you can boost your intuition. And exercise, man. Exercise. If you're going for a brisk walk or a jog, you know, you're boosting your endorphins, so you're raising your vibration. And then if you're listening to music at the same time, you're raising your vibration as well. So that's a great time for your spirit guides to show up and give you that divine guidance, where maybe while you're jogging or walking, things are just dawning on you and you don't know why. It's like, how am I having like all these epiphanies while I'm exercising? It's like a form of meditation, a form of healthy meditation. So anyway, so I just wanted to fill you guys in on some of the things they had me on, and some of the products that they guided me to. And if you have any questions, I really probably can't answer them anyway, because I'm just blindly told what to do. But that's the dealio. Aside from burning white candles and sage to cleanse the energy and, you know, keeping the air nice and clean with amethyst, and opening up your third eye with amethyst, and daily affirmations and nice positive, you know, sayings hung around your house, and flowers and whatever, a good attitude, right? That's the way to create like a nice, healthy, positive, energetic vibe for connecting with the divine. And in the meantime, take care and be well. Thank you.